Hello and welcome to GTO Coach and Go. I'm Jim Delleman with Group Travel Odyssey. I want to thank you for joining us again today. And before we get started with today's topic, I want to remind you, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And if you ring the bell, you'll be notified anytime we have new content on our YouTube channel. You can also connect with us on LinkedIn at Group Travel Odyssey and follow us on our Facebook page as well. We've got a lot of social media that we put out there, and we'd love for you to be able to take advantage of that as well. Today, we are going to start talking about another one of the integrations that we have in the GTO system, and this one is called Qwilr. And once again, I'm going to bring on our lead engineer, Christina Luth. Christina, hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, Jim?
Doing really well, doing really well. I was just saying, we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the integrations and stuff. And today we're going to talk about Qwilr specifically. So what exactly is Qwilr?
So Qwilr is something that we use for proposals and travel agreements, and it allows you to have something electronic to send to your customer, something that's just visually nice to see, kind of modern and something that you can send out instead of maybe having a PDF or a Word document. So that's something that we offer for you to be able to use. So I'm going to show you how to do it.
Excellent. So let's go ahead and get your screen up here.
Great. All right, let me switch to that one. Okay, so I'm starting over here on a test trip, and I am in Sales Manager on a proposal. And so for the first part, I'm going to show you how to create a Qwilr proposal. So I'm going to go ahead and go to this Generate Proposal button. And then on this screen, you'll notice it's the same thing. So in this part here, you can see your list of products or your itinerary. You can see if you click here any inclusions that you've elected to list as included into your trip. And then you can also generate your document proposal. So if you've given us something specific for your proposal, you will see that button to create it here. Otherwise, you can also create a generic. We do, as this line says right here, we do recommend you generate that document first just to make sure everything's on your proposal that you want before you create your Qwilr page, as that is going to be, the Qwilr page is going to only allow you to create it twice. So you have once to send it out there, and then if you don't like how it looks, you can reset it and then change some things in Sales Manager and then create it again. So just to make sure you don't use up those two before you want to send it out to your client, I would just recommend creating a document first and just make sure everything looks the way you want it to. So just because of Coach and Go today, I went ahead and I pushed the button to create the Qwilr page. So it would look like this button here, except it says Create Qwilr Proposal. And I'm just going to open that up. Ooh. All right. And so you can see here, this is going to be the Qwilr page. So our wonderful engineering team came up with this video of just a generic set of travel snippets that you can have here. So this is going to be the generic video that you will see at the top of your page. So as you can see, it lists your trip name and your trip travel dates, also your logo, and that is something that you can customize. If you do not like how this top part looks, you want a different video, maybe you just want one image, whatever the case might be, you can let us know that you want something different, and that is customizable. Everything below that point is something that is standard, and you will see what's first on here is your itinerary. So it does list it out, as you can see, day 1, 2, 3. Of course, if you have more days, you will see more days listed. And then you can click this Show Hide button to see the things that are happening on that day. So again, you have each one will have its own items that are scheduled for that day. So if I was to hop back over here to my Sales Manager page, just remember that that is what is right here. So when you schedule something on your trip product for a date and a day block, that is how you're going to see that on here. So you can see some of it says evening or lunch or daytime. So that is how you're going to have that grouped. So if you want to use Qwilr, I highly encourage you to make sure all your trip products are assigned a date and a day block so it looks how you want it to look. And then this section below here is you're going to show what your tour includes. So we have transportation, accommodations, meals, also attraction sites and activities. You can see that this was blank just because I did not have any inclusions. So again, if I hop back over to Sales Manager, this part here of inclusions, I did not select any to be included, but if I had wanted to, one quick way to do that is to click this grid edit and just check the boxes on the add to inclusions. So that is something that you can do in order to add those inclusions quickly. You can also do that from the main page on your proposal. So that is how you would have information right here on your Qwilr page. And then we have our pricing section. So that's going to show you the pricing that you have for here. If you did have any extra language, let's say that you're going somewhere like Disney or Universal that might have additional language as far as pricing goes, that would be included down in this section below. Any contractual type language showing that, you know, price might be subject to change. If there's something that you had, that would be displayed there. Otherwise, down here at the bottom, this is where your group leader would then accept your proposal. So you can click, they would click accept, and you can see that you can select A or B. So if I select A, what it's going to allow that person to do that's received your proposal is they can type in their name, email, organization, e-signature. But then we also have these two here, which is proposal acceptance, which is accept as written, or accept with modifications. So when they accept with modifications, that will allow them to type something in. Maybe they don't like one of the meal places you've picked and they want somewhere else. Maybe they want to add a meal. So they can put that in here and then they can go ahead and push the accept, and then you will get that information. Once they put this in here, once everyone has accepted, what you will receive is an email letting you know that your proposal has been fully accepted. So when I go back over here to Sales Manager, what you can see here is my number of signatures. You can select 1 to 3. So if I only needed one person to accept that proposal, as soon as that one person signs on that accept on Qwilr, you will get that email letting you know that they have accepted. Otherwise, if you picked 2 or 3, it will wait until all 2 or all 3 have signed. So that allows you to do that. If you do need to reset to just create that Qwilr page again, all you would do is push this reset button here and it will reset that document for you, and you can make any changes, maybe add some inclusions, maybe you needed to assign a trip product, and it will let you make those changes. So that is the first type of Qwilr page that we offer, and that is the proposal. The second type is going to be the travel agreement. So I'm going to go ahead and go to this operations preparation page. Just a quick note, the proposal is currently available to everyone. As I mentioned, that title part, which I can just swoop back over to Qwilr and remind you all. So this title image, that is something that is generic. Again, you can switch it out to something you prefer. You just have to let us know. Otherwise, with the travel agreement, so the proposal is available to everybody. The travel agreement is not available to everyone unless you request it. And that is because we need your terms and conditions. So if you would like to use the travel agreement Qwilr page, which is going to be similar to your proposal, and I will click that in just a moment, then you can have your group leaders accept your contract, sort of like the idea of maybe use DocuSign or something along those lines. It allows you to collect an electronic signature from them, but in the form of a nice, pretty web page, maybe not a PDF. So it's just a way to have a nice, presentable document to send to them. So again, if you would like to use the travel agreement, please reach out to us and we can get you set up, and we would need your terms and conditions. So again, on here on my operations preparation page, you can see you would have your option to create a Word document, travel agreement. And if you've sent us something specific, of course, it would create your document. Otherwise, for Qwilr, it's right below that. And you can, again, select number of signatures. For my example, I had selected 2. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open it up. And you can see here that this is going to be an agreement. So we have our name of our trip on top, and now it kind of gets into your legalese. So this is going to be for our testing company of Awesome Travel. So you can see first we have our kind of header statement you might see on a travel travel agreement document, some tour details showing the pricing and dates and details of this trip. If you have a payment information and due dates, those things are all filled out based on what you have selected in your proposal. And then finally, we come to this part that I mentioned that we would need from you, which is your terms and conditions. So you can see you have an intro statement here, so that way they can't collapse it. And then we have this one that's going to be a really long one. So depending upon how long your terms and conditions are, of course. So this is the one where you can send us what you have in your document, and we will get that set up for you, so that way it comes across exactly how you want it. So that is the reason why it is not standardized for everybody to come out. You just have to let us know, and we'll get it set up for you. So if I scroll through all of that legal language, you will see at the very bottom here, it's the same like on the proposal. You would click accept and sign. And then since I had two, I just select one of those. And then here, all I would have is name, email, and then an e-signature, and then accept and sign. Same thing happens with your travel agreement. Once you have reached your full number of signatures, the person that is the tour consultant on the trip will be notified that that has been accepted. So that is what would happen for you in there. In addition, once it is accepted, you will have this PDF link that you have within GTO, but you can also, if you want to, you can download the document and save it somewhere that are showing the signatures of the people. So I went ahead and I just downloaded it just for the sake of time for both the proposal and the travel agreement. So this is the proposal. You can see the document itself has the pages of the proposal listed out in here, but mostly what you care about is the very last page, which is going to be the signatures. So on the accepting of the proposal, you can see that I went ahead and just for testing purposes, I went ahead and signed. So it's going to have their signature and the date signed. And same thing with the travel agreement. You will have the signature of the person from your company. So we would collect that from you. And then also the people who have signed your document. So just to have something in writing for you if you need it to have that document saved. That link will come right into GTO as that PDF link. And that was also on the proposal page. So I'll jump right over there and show you that location. On the generate proposal, scroll down past that. So that is the same thing over here, signed Qwilr proposal. So those are both of those locations of where I got those documents from. So you're able to download them from either location. And that is Qwilr.
And the thing that's really nice about that, though, too, is that if it's already living in GTO, you already have that link. You've got that copy of it to show the signatures and stuff like that. Because I know a lot of times, any type of attachment, any type of contract and things like that, people are always trying to find the easiest place to store that kind of information. And in GTO, fortunately, it's all stored on the trip level. So you do have all of that information there in the sales section for that trip. When you get the contracts and stuff for restaurants and attractions and things like that, those can live in that trip itself too. So you really don't have to worry about finding a consolidated place to hold everything. It's already there.
Absolutely.
So that's really great. Christina, this is fantastic. And again, they can currently all use the Qwilr button for the proposal.
Yes.
But if they need it or if they want to use it for their travel agreement, they can reach out, and probably the easiest way to do that is to put in a help desk request. And if you put in help@gtonetwork.com, put help in the subject line, and you can also put Qwilr. And so that way we'll know exactly what it is you're asking for, but we can get that stuff set up for you as well. So don't hesitate to reach out and contact us. So Christina, that's fantastic information. And I know we've got a decent amount of integrations that we have within the system. I know we've talked about WeTravel, and we've talked about some of our hotel partners and stuff like that as well. But the thing that's great about this is it gives a much more visual representation of a proposal, and it also gives them the ability to sign on it, which is great because you get that back and you can see right then and there that they've signed and they're committed to the trip, which is That's brilliant. That's what we're all looking for, I
Absolutely.
think. So
Absolutely. Ease of use, right? Just have that person
absolutely.
just scroll the bottom and accept.
Absolutely. And the thing is I know, well over a year ago, if not almost 2 years now, we had companies that were asking for something like this, for asking for a more visual representation of their documents. And so this was a way that we could actually make that happen for everybody. So again, a reminder, don't ever hesitate to give us feedback and to ask us questions. And if there are things that you would like to see the system do, let us know, because we will definitely look into all of the things that you ask. Some things can happen rather simply. Other things we can do, but they'll be put into the development pipeline. And so that gets put on a calendar, and then we will work through those projects as well. Christina and her team has a rather extensive development calendar that doesn't ever seem to get shorter. It always seems like we add more stuff onto the end of it. And
there's always lots of ideas, right?
Yes, but we love your ideas. So again, don't hesitate to reach out and contact us with the ideas that you have for the system. As we've always said, you're part of our community. For our users that we have, our members that we have, your feedback is very important, because you're the one who is driving this actual system. The system is not going to ever be a static system. So you will get the upgrades and you'll get the updates, and they automatically roll out to you. So we will let you know via Coach and Go, via some other products that we actually have out here, and we'll let you know when these things happen. So you'll be notified whenever we have things that roll out into the system. And again, thank you for feedback on all of that. Also a reminder, GTO Coach and Go itself happens every other Tuesday at 2:00 Eastern time. So next week, of course, is a holiday. So we're not doing it next week, but the week after we will be back again. Probably Christina and I will be back again to talk about some more information about the GTO system as well. So make sure you look for that. And a reminder again, follow us on our social media. If you are watching us on YouTube, or even if you're not, go to our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button. You'll notice that we have a lot of video footage there. We'll have all of our Coach and Goes that we've ever done are there. We have Destination Dispatch, where we talk to the experts about different destinations all across the world that are group friendly. So it gives you ideas as you're planning your travel. So make sure to check those out on our YouTube channel as well. And again, follow us on LinkedIn and like us on Facebook as well. So Christina, again, thank you for joining us, and thanks as always for sharing your expertise and showing us better ways and more efficient ways to use our system.
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
Excellent. Take care. Christina, have a great day. Everybody out there, have a fantastic time, and reach out to us if you need anything.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for watching this episode of GTO Coach and Go. We invite you to stay connected with Group Travel Odyssey on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, and be sure to check out more of our media, including Destination Dispatch and the Destinations Beyond Expectations podcast. Please visit our website, grouptravelodyssey.com, where you can learn more about GTO and request a demo. Group Travel Odyssey, business without boundaries.